Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Lagos State Command and Control Center holds stakeholders engagement with first responders. Lagos State Government graduates 500 youth from vocational training program, plus more ministries reel out achievements in the last 1 year. In a bid to strengthen emergency response, the Lagos State Command and Control Center held a multi-agency stakeholders engagement themed One Response, One Platform, advancing integrated emergency management in Lagos State. Now, the State Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Mr. Gbenga Oyenride, said the gathering represents a strategic institutional framework for strengthening multi-agency coordination and technology-driven emergency response management within the state. Take a look.
First responders in Lagos State, including the State Emergency Management Agency, State Ambulance Service and the Nigeria Police, the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Federal Road Safety Corps, State Fire Service, they are all here in Ikeja for stakeholders engagement on how to deliver their services better. The event, which is organized by the State Command and Control Center, reinforces advancements in the integrated emergency management in the state.
This engagement is not merely ceremonial. It represents a strategic institutional framework for strengthening interoperatively multi-agency coordinations and technology-driven emergency response management within Lagos State. In today's context, urban environment, emergency management can no longer operate in silos. Effective incident management requires integrated communication system, synchronized operational protocols, real-time information sharing, unified command structures, and data-driven decision-making processes capable of supporting rapid deployment and coordinated response actions during emergency and disasters. The stakeholders engagement component of this program is therefore timely and highly significant as it seeks to reinforce operational synergy. Lagos, as a highly populated and economically strategic megacity, faces evolving threats ranging from the fire outbreak, road traffic, collisions, flood, hazardous material incidents, building collapse, civic disturbance, and other emerging urban risks. Addressing these challenges effectively require continuous institutional collaborations, harmonious operational standard, joint response protocol, and strengthened situational awareness mechanism. This forum provides an opportunity for stakeholders to collectively examine operational gaps, improve incident escalation procedure, strengthen command and control coordination, and enhance resilience through proactive stakeholders engagement and strategies.
A technology-driven device called Lagos State Emergency Responder Management System is now available for first responders to enhance emergency call handling, incident logging, and responder tracking, among others.
It will help their work to isolate incident cases that are genuine, and also to be able to guide them to incident places in real time, almost swiftly. And also, because we have lots of nuisance calls, this AI metrics middleware in between the emergency reports or calls now will be filtered by the AI metrics algorithm, and we can have the responders easily going to the response distress location.
The General Manager of the Lagos State Command and Control Center and other speakers believe that the engagement will strengthen operational synergy among first responders.
The team is One Response, One Platform, advancing integrated emergency management in Lagos State. So it's an avenue for us to come together to kind of look at what we've done in the past, what are we doing present, and then what is the hope for us in the future. And that's why we are here, so that we can synergize, so that we can look at operational gaps, so that we can look at lessons learned, and then draw what we call implementation metrics, so that at the end of the day, Lagos State will continue to be that state of excellence, that state of aquatic splendor, where we have a very low risk index, where people are ready to do business far and wide. That's why we are doing this. We will continue to see where we begin to embrace technology, and we are able to reduce our response time. We'll find a situation where people call the command and control center, and because of the fact that this is a kind of a coordination meeting, where we look at our gaps, we will bridge those gaps.
When there's a disaster, there's loss of life and loss of properties. And management of a disaster is to reduce the aftermath of that. And when it comes to management of disaster, we have several stakeholders that are involved in the management. And each stakeholder must know what their roles and responsibilities are as it concerns management of disaster. So what we're basically doing here is to define the roles and responsibilities of each of the stakeholders present. Every responder to disaster must know what their roles and responsibilities are, and they should know their limits. When I say know your limit, know when to pass on. You're done with your roles and responsibility as it concerns management of the disaster, pass on to the next person.
We'll speak to the issue of one government, and that concept speaks to the fact that all the agencies here present today should re-examine their responsibilities and deliver it within their best, give their best shot always to ensure that you represent the governor very well, because every of the agencies here represent the governor of Lagos State, and you must measure all your activities in line with what will the governor do, what will the citizens of Lagos State say about this service that I'm rendering. So the whole essence of this interactive session is to bring all the responders, indeed all the first responders, second responders in this room. And like I said, we have locked the door for us to be able to establish protocols that will minimize, lapses becoming incident in Lagos.
Issues of rampant domestic and sexual violence cases being handled by first responders are also worrisome to the government.
Domestic violence is not limited to physical abuse. The law is very clear. The Protection Against Domestic Violence Law, particularly Section 18 of the law, states the different forms of abuse, and emotional and verbal abuse are some forms of domestic violence. So we continue to ramp up advocacy, take the message to the nooks and crannies of the state, and just letting people know that they should not die in silence. The fact that it's not physical does not mean that the violence is not actually violence. Now we do an average of 400, 450 new cases monthly, cases coming in through the toll-free line. There is a section in the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency law which criminalizes concealment of sexual offense, and such parents can be actually jailed for up to 3 years imprisonment.
While the Lagos State government remains resolute in addressing emergency cases promptly, residents are also advised to collaborate with the authorities by reporting any incident through the state emergency numbers of 112 or 767 to get the necessary help.
From improved emergency services to wealth creation. This time, the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment has graduated 500 young people from its technical, vocational and educational training program to help tackle unemployment and expand economic opportunities for the youth across the state. The State Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Lolade Aino, said the initiative reflects the government's broader strategy of equipping young people with skills that could generate sustainable income in a changing economy.
It's the graduation ceremony of 500 youths who've participated in the 2025 Technical, Vocational and Education Training Program, a strategy that's aimed at reducing unemployment across the 5 divisions of the state. The training program, organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, cuts across graphic design, cosmetology, photography and video editing, mixology, and is to help the youths become financially independent.
You were selected because we saw in you the potential to learn and excel in your chosen skill path. Our goal was not just to hand you certificates, but to ensure you were ready to start your own venture. You will receive startup kits that empowers you to commence that journey without failure. As you begin this new journey into the world of growth, I hereby implore you to commit to 3 things: discipline, innovation, and resilience. Treat every opportunity as if it were a high stake of professional assignment. Don't stop learning. Look for ways to improve upon the knowledge you have gained over the course of this training exercise. To our facilitators, thank you for ensuring that these bright minds got the best training with you. We appreciate you for your guidance and tutelage. And to our graduates, remember that government under the leadership of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has invested in your growth, and to whom much is given, much is expected. Congratulations once again. We welcome you all and wish you the very best as you commence this new journey.
The theme of this program, empowering the youth from knowledge to income, speaks directly to the vision of this administration in promoting self-reliance, productivity, and economic inclusion among young people in Lagos State. I sincerely commend graduates, all of you graduates, for your dedication, resilience, and commitment throughout the training period. Your successful completion of this program is evidence that with determination and the right support system, greatness is achievable. As you step into this next phase of your journey, I encourage you to take productive use of the skills and knowledges acquired. Let this empowerment serve as a foundation for entrepreneurship, innovation, and financial independence.
The graduation ceremony, themed Empowering the Youths from Knowledge to Income, marks the completion of a 6-week vocational and entrepreneurship training initiative that's focused on practical skills acquisition, self-employment, and economic growth.
We understand that knowledge without practical application cannot transform lives. Therefore, this program was carefully designed to equip our youths and relevant technical, vocational entrepreneurship skills that can relate into sustainable income generation and economic independence. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the Lagos State Government, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has continued to prioritize human capital development, youth empowerment, and job creation through impactful and people-oriented initiatives. As the government, we remain committed to expanding opportunities for skills development, entrepreneurship, support, and employment generation across Lagos State. Together, we can continue to build a prosperous Lagos where every young person has the opportunity to succeed and contribute meaningfully to the society. On this note, I congratulate all the graduates and wish you success in your future endeavors. Thank you and God bless Lagos State.
I want to also thank our PET and most especially.
Some of the graduating students are grateful for the knowledge gained during the vocational training.
as a Nigerian youth, we really enjoy the training because I'm here. I learn phone and computer engineering, and which the course that I've already have in my past school certificate. So I'm very glad when I saw this kind of opportunity for it to add to my skill. So I'm opportune. So
I really appreciate the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment through our commissioner. I really appreciate the opportunity given to us.
I feel so excited because Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation, they said it and they actually delivered well, because for them giving us an opportunity to be able to explore in one of our careers, I think is something given, because they really open our eyes to see what we can do. They don't want us to be jobless, and they want us to do something, because they say we are the youth of tomorrow, because we are the future of Nigeria, and they give us opportunity for us to be able to partake of this TVET.
With the certificates and empowerment tools given to them, they've now become employers of labor, and that will also assist government in reducing unemployment in Lagos State.
Lagosians, it is no news that the present administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu delivered projects in different sectors of the economy through the themes agenda. With this success in mind, the second term of the present administration has included social inclusion, gender equality, and the affairs of youths in its agenda. Now, we have the themes plus agenda. With this, no one is left behind on account of their social status, gender, or age. Lagosians, be prepared for another 4 years of a total revamp in all sectors. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe ni o.
And finally on the program, Lagos State Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Tourism, Arts and Culture, as well as the Office of Sustainable Development Goals, presented their scorecard in the last 1 year of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration, saying the state government is integrating reliable data systems across ministries, departments, and agencies to improve planning, accountability, and service delivery.
There's a major boost for the tourism, arts, and culture sector in Lagos State as the government intensifies efforts to position itself as Africa's leading tourism and creative capital. In the last 1 year, the state government sponsored just over 200 festivals, entertainment programs, and cultural initiatives, a sharp increase from the 143 sponsored in the previous year.
I am proud to present our key achievements, milestones, and transformational initiatives recorded by this ministry within the last 12 months. These accomplishments are a testament to the unwavering commitment of the Sanwo-Olu administration to building a globally competitive creative and tourism economy, and firmly establishing Lagos as the hospitality, entertainment, creative and tourism capital of Africa. On the 27th of December 2025, the Lagos State government revived one of the state's most iconic cultural traditions, their Damu Orisha play, popularly known as the Eyo Festival, as part of the efforts to celebrate distinguished personalities whose lives were devoted to the service and development of Lagos State and Nigeria at large. On the 6th of April 2026, at the same historic Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos Island, reaffirming our commitment to preserving and promoting richness of culture and heritage again, the ministry held the Fancy Carnival, a vibrant cultural celebration rooted in the history and traditions of Afro-Brazilian returnees in Lagos. The place came alive through a spectacular display of colorful ceremonial costumes, music, dance, and artistic expressions, representing the 7 historical communities that form the foundation of the Fancy tradition. In January 2026, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture hosted the 9th AFRIMA, Africa Music Awards, further cementing Lagos as Africa's creative capital. AFRIMA remains Africa's premier platform for celebrating musical excellence while driving cultural diplomacy, youth empowerment, and tourism across the continent. The ministry has continued to strengthen its symbolic relationship with stakeholders across the tourism, creative entertainment, and hospitality ecosystem through sustained collaborations, stakeholder engagements, and strategic partnerships aimed at advancing the sector's growth and competitiveness. In line with the fifth pillar of the themes agenda, entertainment and tourism, the ministry has consistently developed, reviewed, and redefined policies that provide strategic framework for tourism and creative industry activities in Lagos State. These efforts have been complemented by the implementation of impactful programs and projects designed to enrich the experiences of residents, visitors alike, while contributing meaningfully to the economic growth and development of the state.
Other areas getting the attention of the state government is the micro, small and medium enterprises sector. There are several initiatives put in place by the state government to support business owners, and these were highlighted at the 2026 ministerial press briefing by the State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Folashade Ambrose Medebem. She says the government has set aside a 5 billion naira intervention fund to expand access to affordable financing for cooperative-based MSMEs across the state and recovered over 450 million naira for residents through consumer protection interventions.
It is indeed with an overwhelming sense of proud purpose that I welcome and I want to acknowledge two things at the outset. First, the inimitable leadership of Mr. Governor across the second term, anchored in the themes development agenda and Pillar M, which stands for Making Lagos State a 21st Century Economy. I'm delighted to say we were incredibly proud to be the only state across the Federation to take and present our Lagos State industrial policy to the Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry and the Honorable Minister of State as well, of which you can see there. And that is something, as we say in Lagos, we are indeed the center of excellence. I'm proud to say we had a successful Invest in Lagos 2.0, which was delivered on the 9th of July 2025. The platform that scaled action, and it was something we're incredibly proud for. And we've built on that, Invest in Lagos 3.0, which is taking place on the 8th and 9th of June 2026 here in Lagos State, is the apex moment of the term, positioned as the business gateway to Africa alongside the summits. We have improved the ease of doing business across Lagos State. We have deepened investor confidence and unlocked new value chains that position Lagos as the leading commercial hub in Africa. We are looking ahead to sustain the focus, to sustain the momentum, and to scale the impact across every sector under our mandate. Our direction is clear, the resolve is strong, and the commitment is steady and consistent.
The 2026 ministerial briefing also highlights efforts to strengthen climate resilience across vulnerable communities in Lagos. The state government's flood risk insurance policy is geared towards protecting over 4 million vulnerable residents with potential payouts of up to $7.5 million to cushion the impact of disasters. This year's ministerial briefing commemorates the 7th anniversary of the Sanwo-Olu Hamzat administration, which is winding down its second term in office.
2025 marked 10 years since the establishment of the Office of Sustainable Development Goals. The 10th anniversary doubled as part of the global observance of SDG Week, and it brought together an impressive gathering of top government officials, development partners, NGO, civil society organizations, and private sector SDG ambassadors. It also included volunteers and key government stakeholders, all united in their shared commitment to a more sustainable Lagos. HCD 2.0 Core Working Group. Following the reconstitution of the Core Working Group for Human Capital Development, which falls under the Office of Sustainable Development Goals in 2025. This was chaired by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, And Lagos State recorded significant progress in strengthening institutional coordination, stakeholder alignment, and data-driven planning for human capital development. As the state's coordinating office for the 2020 to 2030 HCD strategy, the SDGs office facilitated sustained technical engagements, strategic policy dialogues, and cross-sectional collaborations among to improve coordination, enhance data, promote evidence-based policymaking. One of the programs that we're also very proud of at the Office of Sustainable Development Goals is women empowerment in hard-to-reach communities. And it's part of the state's broader human capital development strategy, has empowered over 1,500 women across selected and underserved areas with a deliberate focus on grassroots communities. In advancing transparency and accountability, the office successfully coordinated the second voluntary local review, facilitating robust community engagement and stakeholder validation process. Collectively, these milestones reflect a decade of purposeful action, strategic partnerships, and measurable impact. As the Lagos State SDGs office looks ahead, it remains committed to accelerating progress, strengthening systems, ensuring that no one is left behind in the journey towards achieving these goals.
The state government promises to ensure seamless policies on infrastructure development that will make Lagos sustain its megacity status.
So, that's the program for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Remember, obey all state laws, be the best you can, but most importantly, whatever you do, wherever you are, live a healthy life. Till next time, it's bye for now.